All right, 10th of April, so let's take a look at what we've got. As you know, I'm still on a break, right? I'm coming back on Friday, so the 17th is when we're back to normal, but I have a bit of time, so let's do a video. All right, so this is the week, so we've got a new week ahead of us. Now look, last week I drew these lines on the Monday, right? So as you can see, the lines are like pretty much working here as well. We're back to like kind of square one where we had the breakout. That was the resistance. You remember these levels as the market went up. Okay, so that's gold. On the euro dollar, let's go back to the euro dollar. I drew all this on Monday as well. You see the levels there. Market breaks out, comes back, comes back, comes back. You see we're on that line, and this is the weekly pivot here today. That's that. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones. All right, so you can also see how Dow Jones worked out. Okay, so that was Monday. Market goes up. I gave you all those levels before. The breakout comes to the targets, sell off coming down there. See how it's bouncing off all the levels at Astro hours as well. So that was an Astro hour, that was an Astro hour there, bouncing off. That was an Astro hour, that was an Astro hour. Market coming down exactly from the targets there. So what you got to do is basically just put the Astro hours like I do and match it to those levels. Now let's start with gold. Let's start, it's a new week. All right, now as you can see, we're on a resistance line on the PST indicator. Let's just check out the monthly as well, right? It's April. Let's see, this is where we're at the tops there. So this could be a nice breakout. We're going to have to play on the long side, but we can't disregard the weekly resistance either. So a sell level is going to be 70.22, but if it breaks above it, you know we're going higher. So that 2007 is going to be for us 2007. Okay, so let's call it 2009 as well. If it starts breaking above the daily pivot, you don't want to be going short. Okay, you don't want to be going short. Going long at Astro hours, let's see where we can do that. Let's take a look at the daily. Not a bad spot, 57 and 54, so 1987, 1987. Okay, so it's pretty much there. Well, it's pretty much done it, look. Okay, this is not a bad spot. This is an Astro hour. I'm just going to check today, Monday, 8:23 is what I've got initially happening. 8 o'clock to 8:23. So this is going to be 8 o'clock until, let's say, 8:30 here. Okay, there. So from these levels, it's okay to be buying. Also got 79 here, okay, on the daily, which is that red thin line there. So this zone is okay, and that target up there is 70, which is 2044. So if they start buying and we break above that, you know we're going to 2044, right? So somewhere around there, okay, and that's it. So going long is not a bad idea at all. Where did the breakout start? If I take a look at the 15-minute chart, this is where it all happened. So if I take this as a range, let me just take this one. Okay. This place seems to work out fine for us. Okay. Obviously, we want to take into consideration both PST levels. So it's already done that. This is the zone. All right. And let me get rid of these so they don't confuse us, because if it starts breaking below this zone, be mindful, we could be heading downwards all the way to the weekly support, which is 53, and that's 1903. So if we start to break down, we're going to have a target down there. So let me get rid of that. Okay, but that's what it's looking like. So if we go there, bounce back here, Astro hours, you can pull up. Just put the Astro hours. I'm going to put them in the MEMS area. So, okay, no dramas. So that's how you can play with gold. All right, because do we have room to go? If it breaks, like I said, above the weekly, above the daily pivot, sorry, then we've got room to go into that 2044. This is an indecision bar, so this is why I said we've got to play both sides, but no selling at the lows, guys. If you want to sell it either at 70 here, which is 2044, that's the daily, or the weekly 70 there, which is 2007. Okay, and match it to Astro hours as usual. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Let's see what's that doing on the monthly. Let's do this. Now on the monthly last month that is, we said, well, 2 months ago, that's the goodbye kiss, so the market sold out. This is retesting up here. So the resistance on the monthly is 53, which is 1.1007. We're going to have to put that there, 1.1007. Let's 1007 is right there. Okay, so that's a target. This zone was a support and a target last week, as you know. So let's see what we want to do with this. Now take the swing days into consideration and you'll be fine. Why? Because this is a sell zone here on the euro dollar on the weekly, and on the daily same here. So any retracement up, we don't mind selling. Where could we get back up into that 67, 10.40, well 110.14, right? 110.7, 110.14. This is your kill zone. If it gets up here, you could sell it off. Okay, and that's it. Think of this on a swing day. If it comes down here, you can go long again. Let's see when we can go long on the euro dollar. 53.52, so that's going to be 08.55, 08.46. Okay, so 08.46, 08.55. So this is going to be your, whoopsie daisy, kill zone for the buy on the daily. All right, let's take a look at the weekly to see where that support is. It's way down there, which is 1.0650. So 0650 is too far down, so we'll just keep it in mind. As we go down, we'll get a level anyway. All right, so that's how it is. The weekly pivot obviously is going to be a support for us. This is a support level for us. So if we're mucking around here or down at the weekly pivot today at Astro hours, going long is not a bad idea. And then you'll have to cover the trade as we go up, right? We need to break above this obviously to get there, but it's, you know, it's logical for us to like kind of dip up there and then sell off. What's this level here? HCL on 1.10, LCL1 1037, 1037. That's the far out as we can go. All right, there. But I suspect we should be okay. Okay, we should be okay around here to sell off because they're pretty close, and that's a daily and a weekly together. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones. New week. There we go. We talked about this level, nice and easy. All right, no big dramas there. Monthly, right on there. Let's see what's happening on the monthly. What have I got? 54. That's going to be a bit far out. 34,011. 34,011 is going to be a bit far out, but let's do it. If it does get here, you know you're sellers. All right, so, but the market should swing this week, and it should make a good swing. So be careful for those days. That includes, for everything, it includes Tuesday as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the weekly. 58, 34,159. 34,159, that's even further out. Let's take a look at the daily. Oh, that's nice. 70, 69, 33, 771, 809. 33, 771 809. That zone. Okay, I will get rid of this, get rid of these. Let's take a look at the supports. Targets down here, 59 to 55. So 33 282, or between 262 141. 33 262 141. 33 262 141. So we've got targets down there that the market could come down and sweep. So if we go down here, these levels are also okay to buy. You can see there's support levels right here, as you can see, right? And then we could, and this is a breakout level. You see how the market pushed up. Okay, so these push levels are important. So if it comes down here into an astro hour, it's definitely buyable. But what I would prefer to see is the market going up, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, us selling it down. That's what I'd like to see. Okay, so that's how it is. Let's take a look at SP 500, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin and call it a day. All right, SP 500, new week. Well, let's take a look at the new month as well. All right, so this is going to be like a swing week. You can see it's like cooking. We've got 53 there on the monthly, which is 4,000. Let's get rid of this. 4,154. Okay. 4,154. So let's put that here. That's already there. Okay, so that's on the monthly. Let's see what we have on the weekly. We've got the 62, what, 59, 58, 58, 59, 60. So from 4,150 to 93. 4,150 to 4,193. So that's one level. That's one level. Okay. Well, I'd like to see, like I said, I'd like to see it go up and then come down. But in any case, on a swing day, we're sellers. All right. If we're up anywhere, we're selling. All right. So look at the highs of last week as well. Let's do that. You know, if the market comes up, retests the high, touches the PST level, whatever, astro hours, we're sellers. All right. So we're aiming to get up there. Okay. Into any zone there, we want to sell. That's SP 500. Let's see the daily. Goodbye kiss there at 66, 4,128. 4,128 there as well. Nice. Okay. So you get in there at astro hours. This is going to be a sell zone. That's the manipulation bar. That's why they've got it. Let me just rearrange that. Let me just draw another one there. Okay. So you understand where that's coming from. 4,128. Okay, so hitting that zone also at astro hours, we want to be shorting it. Okay, why? Because the market is up. I want to like push it down. Where do we want to go down towards? Let's just first of all get, oh, come on, mate. Let's get rid of this. Down to the 59.56. That's on the daily. Let me just check out the weekly. 51, 4,025. 4,025. I think we can target that. But along the way, you see we've got targets, right? So that's down here. That's fine. I'm just going to get rid of these from past weeks, and they should be here. So if the market comes up, we want to be sellers, right? The yellow line here, the white lines at astro hours, we're sellers. Nasdaq, going to be the same kind of thing. Okay, market came up, especially look out for tomorrow as well. 63, 13,206. Let me just do this. 13,206. Around there. Okay, so if we get up into this zone, we want to be sellers as well from the tops. Daily. HCL1, that's 1372. I think that's already done. Yeah, 1372 is already done, which is there. Okay, so that level there, if I just refresh this, so we get the weekly pivot up here and the daily running. So any push up to test out the highs of last week, coming into that zone there, 13207. Astro hours, you want to be looking to short on swing days from the highs. All right, if we go up first, it's a sell. If we come down first, right, if we, if the market pushes down, be mindful, because there's no daily level to get down to further here. Okay, so the only thing we've got is probably the LCL1 on the monthly, which is 12,593. Okay, so 12,5, that can't be right. LCL1 12,593. Wow, that is way down. All right, so that's a bit far out, but we'll keep it in mind. All right, that's how it is. So I prefer to sell if the market kind of like pushes up, and that's what I'd like to see. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Just a weekly on the Bitcoin. As you can see, we've been hanging around here for a while. There's a sell zone there, and this is the daily. So we've been up here for a while, as you can see. No buying for us, at least until we get into this zone, or this zone, the 20s, or as you can see, back into the 16, 17. So until we get into this zone, I don't really see why we need to think about buying. We're not going to be buying at the tops there. It will come back at one point in time to do that. Okay, so depending on how you guys want to play your Bitcoin, we're only buying and holding on Bitcoin when we see dips. I'm not day trading it for sure. Okay, so, and we should come back as well. So if this goes up, you can push it down into this zone, into the weekly, and even lower. Okay, these levels I marked in before, so as you can see, the market has been bouncing off nicely from these levels. Okay, on Tuesday, there you go, it's just been bouncing off these levels. So if you had your 8 AM strategy levels, you should have been okay. So on the daily, if it goes back up like to 65, for example, at an Astro hour, 28,767, we should be okay to short intraday, 28,687, something like that. If you want to buy, just buy it either at the weekly or the lows of last week around here, around this zone. Look, see, this is where the push up happened. So this zone is where you want to be buying, and highs is where you want to be selling off.